Everybody, clearing. All right, so today we're going to talk about bridges, bridging these connections into the 3D. How do we anchor these incredible love connections into the physical world? How do we bridge this kinetic potential and make it something accessible in real life, in the physical? What can be done? So let's get a baseline in the collective right now. Thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for where the feminines and masculines are at? I'm actually going to do masculines on the left, feminines on the right, connective energy with regard to bridging, anchoring, bringing these connections in. What can we see for the masculines, the connection, the feminines? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So in the connection place, we have the card of perseverance. Sometimes when I see the 9 of Wands, I hear persevere until the end. You haven't reached the goal yet. You know, we're getting close to light speed. We're getting into it. The 9 is no short amount of investment. This is the karma, the soul path, the steps in the process towards this goal of union. We have the masculines here with the Chariot, wanting to move forward in impeccable balance. And we have the feminines here with love. You are their choice, masculines. And masculines, they're looking... Okay, so, sorry, so many things wanted to come out. But this pentacle is talking about the masculines having within their grasp their material mastery so that they can bring forward in confidence their best to the table. Feminines, you're staying the course. Both are persevering. Masculines are overcoming the limitations of the material realm, and the feminines are overcoming the idea that the love isn't here. That's what I just heard. And now going forward, we have this nurture. We have this beautiful Mother of Pentacles in the inverse, but it's talking about the deep self-nurture. So let's have a look at, oh, I heard ladies first, but let's look at the feminines. What would the feminines want to say to their masculine about this 2 of Cups energy? Okay, wow. So there's the card of blockage, but it's in the inverse. So there's an opening. The feminines want to say, even when they haven't felt like the energy was moving forward, masculines, that they've seen, maybe they haven't acknowledged to you, but they've seen a trickle. They've seen things that they haven't necessarily pointed out that show the way around the blockages, or the love where maybe you're not aware that they have seen it. They've seen these glimmers and they're learning to work with that. Yeah, this cycle of them feeling disempowered, where the feminine has felt disempowered to act on this love, is coming to a close. They're starting to find these ways through the maze. Yeah, they've done enough self-work, no mistakes there, that they know that they don't have to take failure as an option. I just heard. They know that there have been chances in the past where it hasn't necessarily felt like things have flowed, but secretly they know that victory here is available, but they do see where they can deepen, where the feminine can stay the course and not take failure as an option. So they are seeing that they have the ability to go forward. They still want to persevere. They still want to keep engaging in this. They're not throwing in the towel. What do the feminines need to hear regarding this Mother of Pentacles, the deep internal nurture? What is it that the feminines can be supported with going forward? Actually, I'm going to get the After Tarot, which is a future energy. So what can we see for the feminines going forward? It landed on Perseverance. High Priestess, be still and know. Just breathe. If you don't have the answers, if you feel manic, if you feel stressed about things, have mercy, humility, compassion for self and other, and bring spaciousness in. Love yourself, though. If you're in any kind of uncertainty or fear, wait until and intend to neutralize the energy so that that cringe dissipates. You should be getting really good at decompressing in those moments on this journey, feminine. So this is a reminder. Keep loving yourself the way that you are seeing how to love your masculine, because it's a mirrored experience. When you see that your masculine isn't loving you in some ways, if there's resistance, that means you get an opportunity to practice the same mercy, humility, compassion on yourself. It's a tandem process. I'm doing this infinity symbol here. So that deep self-nurture, when your cup is full, you can truly give. When your cup is empty, you're not able to give. Even if you're desiring connection, it's not going to be productive if you're not in balance. It's just going to be in circles. The hamster wheel is what I just heard. Okay, what can we see for the masculines with this Chariot? Moving forward and taking care of material realm mastery and business. Four of Swords. So there's a period of rest, a period of integration. The calm before the storm, before moving forward. They're integrating something. I just heard they have newfound desire and drive to be their fullest potential on a new level. It's like whatever's happened recently, it's sinking in that the love is here, that there is a union, this eclipse, the sun and moon merged here. This beautiful show of love against all odds, I just heard. So they are wanting to move forward in balance, but there is a pause to integrate the truth of the love here. Actions speaking louder than words, I just heard. What are the masculines needing to know about this Mother of Pentacles going forward? Okay, we've got the Divine High Priest, that fatherly masculine aspect of the divine instruction. And I did hear mother issues, so a lack of nurture in early childhood, any kind of narcissistic mother templates, any kind of overpowering mother templates, any wounding regarding mother or the feminine, the sacred feminine. Divine masculines are being instructed to come up and out of the earthly dynamics and go to source, to bring in clarity that forgives their mothers, that forgives the shortcomings with the feminine, or the perception that sees a more cosmic, a more ascended, a more loving, a more safe, a more holistic view of what is permissible, what is beneficial, what is, like there's a sense of nurture that's a new level of permission to love the feminine here, regarding what they thought was appropriate based on their conditioning or their upbringing. There's like a new drive with the Chariot to move forward in the name of this love, but to integrate this. I'm just seeing that they're seeing the shortcomings of their mothers and hearing a higher truth that both forgives the mother and forgives themselves for trying to uphold things that were more rigid or less loving than what this love promotes or demonstrates. And it's like they're now more free to move forward because they see the short-sightedness or shortcoming of some kind of generational influence or collective influence is what I'm getting there. So yeah, masculines, like my major arcana is not a small energy. These are bigger frequencies that we're working with. And so with the High Priest and the Chariot here, there is a sort of a capstone being removed where there's more permission to go forward. On an energetic, spiritual level, I'm feeling they are individuating from stigma and stereotype and fear of what others would think. The mother is the final gatekeeper of that. And I'm getting that the masculines are having to really process something right now about their own free will and making their own choices based on their heart. Letting that sink in. Life is too short to not follow their heart. Okay, let's see what we can for bridging. So what does the twin collective that joins me here need to know about bridging towards each other at this time regarding the conscious mind, how we're looking at each other, the heart space, how we are feeling for each other, our own manifestations in our own lives, and directly towards each other, our actions, the action we're taking in our own right and towards each other. What is the biggest challenge, solution, and direction in the near future? Okay, so conscious mind about the connections. Knight of Swords. So this is communication coming in. So we are seeing a bridge. Reprogramming, transmutation, and stabilization. The Knight of Swords is kind of quicker communication right now, but it's backed with an energy of stabilizing. So there's more truth being shown. I'm getting that this is more authentic expression, a new level of commitment, acceptance, mastery, receptivity, bravery, expression. These things are all coming in right now, and we're being asked to look at these opportunities to express new ways of analyzing, interpreting what's happened in these connections. What is the sensitivity? Exactly. I was just thinking with my person who is so creative that he expresses sort of off to the side in so many creative ways. And I am sensitive enough to see how he is responding to me, my energy, our connection through these creative expressions. I've never told him that I see that it's evident to me. And so I've been meditating on this word sensitivity and looking for a way to communicate how sensitive I am to his energy and how sensitive I see him with regard to the subtle things, the creative expression. But let's see, sensitivity helps us to open to the world of subtlety and detail while anchoring in a structural foundation, thus supporting us to become more fully multidimensional. So yeah, when we've never been seen for who we are, or we've never shown the world the real us, we're not sure how sensitively our reality will engage with us. And these dynamics, this is showing that it's a core experience, a core foundation in these relationships to address the level of sensitivity that is evident between the two. That's what we're meant to be consciously aware of. That nuance, the subtle in your connection. What is the conscious mind for the counterparts? Stepping out of comfort zone, continuing to be in that growth curve, to template these things, to trial them through firsthand experience, actively showing up, actively doing the things our hearts guide us to do, actively trailblazing in ways that we have not seen modeled, bucking the systems, pushing through the angst, leaning in, leaning back, whatever it looks like that is different from the hamster wheel that you've done before. This is about expanding into uncharted territory regarding the other, regarding the way you assess what you believe the other to think and do and be and feel, and looking at yourself that way. Transcendence, prayerfulness, and serenity. So the energetic backing is this spaciousness, the serenity prayer, having the wisdom to know what is yours and what is your counterpart, when to lean in, when to lean back. This is what we're meant to be conscious of right now with growing sensitivity and duality. Exactly. It's not a blanket, always anything. It is a leaning in and leaning out. It's an inhale, it's an exhale. It's a part of the process. It's heating and cooling. It's together and apart. It's all of it. It's a breath, it's a pulse. The frequency of duality supports our ability to gracefully flow with the everlasting movement among all opposites. There are seasons and times for everything. And this is about getting good at being in the flow of knowing when it's you, when it's them, how it works together. Okay, what can we see for the heart space regarding the connections? Hanged Man in the reverse, meaning there's a period of gridlock that's opening to the connections because epiphanies are being seen. Regarding what? Seal of clairsentience, clarity, knowledge, channeling, and unification. More unity consciousness. So with that bridging energy, we're coming out of Hangman because we're getting the channeled wisdom. Masculines are getting this channeled wisdom. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't see until just now that we got the High Priest and the High Priestess that came out to clarify these. I can't believe I missed that one. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, both are channeling. We have the proof right here. High Priest and High Priestess. Those are the channeling masters that embody we are the instruments of the divine. We become active channels. Our life becomes a channel of that divine energy. And that's how we bridge in true love, is we become a conduit for love itself. And then that is reflected in our connections. Because we're doing this authentically, we are stitching together, we are bridging new ways of authentically connecting. No more pretending, no more good on paper, no more out of alignment. This is aligned with the cosmic, the spiritual, the source, the energy, and that directly translating into moving these connections forward in unification. And we get authenticity. The energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives, with others as well as with ourselves. So this is about not only acknowledging the things that we learn on the journey to ourselves, but sharing those authentically with our counterpart. You know, we often hold back because we're afraid and we're not as authentic with our counterpart as we could be, that maybe we are with others, or maybe we're just all coming out of the inauthenticity and becoming more grounded that way. Regardless, this authentic showing up in your truth, in your wholeness, with your expression is what we're talking about here. So this is bringing clarity through your own expression of your knowledge, your wisdom, your higher truth, connecting, bridging, using that information to bridge rather than being, kept apart with it, or segregated further, or feeling like we're too different, or in different camps, or it's frustrating or insurmountable. Really allow the heart to open and see that these connections are affording us opportunities to continue to draw out of ourselves our most authentic, transparent, beautiful, safe, free flow together. What can we see on the heart space for each other? Well, the world and Merkaba matrix, light body expansion, illuminated presence. So this is like a matrix that's in the world but not of it. We are now seeing more and more clearly the things that need to end and the higher truths coming through us as channels, is what I just heard. On the heart space, we're meant to see that this is how we shift and change our reality. It is about these moment-to-moment experiences where we can bring that authenticity through. As we know better, we do better. Stay with the process, trust the journey, trust the unfolding. Tenderness activates our capacity to open our hearts and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care. So this is in the world but not of it. No more resistance, resentment, animosity for anything that's unfair. This is now just leaning in or leaning back in whichever way we need to allow more tenderness to just come in to self, to other, to the world. Yeah. What can we see for the manifestations that we're meant to be looking at in our own right? Strength, overcoming devil energies, and just allowing the process to be a humble act of service in the world. Seal of individuality, authenticity, again, uniqueness and integration. There's only one you. You have full permission to be one of these bright lights who doesn't close off and become constricted and, flail or disintegrate or give up. This is that perseverance energy. This is that strength, the tenacity that allows for continued authenticity, continued motion, continued integration. You are unique. Only you are the specialist in your reality. Overcome the devil energies that tell you that you're not up for the challenge, that you're falling short, that you're not worthy, and keep staying the course. This is the movement in the name of love. This is balanced forward movement. And this is going forward. What is the energy here? Time. Time supports our understanding of the relativity of time and our capacity to be present in the moment. Exactly. So this is the strength. So I am getting a lot of multidimensional, I'm getting some nostalgia, some memories coming in, some future potentials in my own meditation on authenticity and appreciation of my counterpart, and just how much I'm pledging to myself today to just be much more in acknowledgement of and appreciating the things that I do see and validate and reflect. And time, so nonlinear time, it's this capacity to be present in the moment. We can be most present in the moment when there's not unfinished business from the past, or we're not too ready to get ahead of ourselves. And so, yeah, there does seem to be a little bit of a coming back into center and a recommitment to doing better now that we know better, in this kind of more humble, less fearful place. Integrating that into our lives. What can we see for each other? The Knight of Wands, there's a newfound passion ramping up here. Emotional transparency, nurturance, and grace. Yeah, so the passion that the counterparts feel, the attraction, physical, emotional, mental, it's bringing more emotional transparency. It's causing us to become more authentic with our own read of energy. Literally, when we scan ourselves and we still feel so much attraction for our person, we have to be very transparent with ourselves in that sense. And that, you know, that acknowledgement allows us to bend like a willow and just keep going with the process. When that is our truth, that we do have that with this person, that allows us to continue persevering. And we get surrender. Surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control and yield to the flow of love and life. Appreciation, everybody. Authenticity, transparency, gratitude. Surrender to it. This came out in the inverse, which means there's resistance to surrendering. So find that edge in you that you have been hesitant to just love, and to allow that to come through. Take an overview, look at the big picture, and see, is there anything hanging there in the energy that once spoken could bring clarity, could bring love, could bring permission, could bring freedom, could bring a more free flow into your connection? If you thought for a moment and then shared that with your counterpart. What you want is wanting you. So if you've withheld anything, what you want doesn't know how you feel. It's time to express that, or be honest with yourself with it, and then see if it's meant to be expressed or not. What is the action? Hang on, what are we at here? Emotions, heart, action in our own right now. We're still working on these triggers: healing heartache, neutrality, diplomacy, negotiation, philosophy. So we're in deep analysis of our own inner wounding. And really being neutral about what we think has happened or not on this journey with this person, and bringing it back to what really matters: the gratitude, the appreciation, the foundation, what we can agree on. The truth is always love. So it's about affirming that and not the segregation mentality, the unification here. Coherence. Coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality we desire. Okay, so bring your mind into alignment with what your heart is saying and find ways to bridge. Bridge your mind and heart. Bring coherence to your thoughts and your heart. If your heart goes into suffering, bring it back into a thought that affirms the heart so that your heart doesn't suffer. End that heartache. Find coherence. What can we see towards the connections? King of Cups, open. Oh, we get artistry, expression, community, and celebration. So look at how pleased this King of Cups, this emotional king is, and this sense of greater community. So there may have been breakthroughs, whether conscious or not. There is this unspoken delight that there is progress in the connections. So this might mean that there has been more family and friends included, community, networking. Something has happened that the divine masculines are pleased with, or the feminine's inner masculine polarity, that they have stepped in mastery towards more integration of community here. So there does seem to be some kind of a win with the action towards each other regarding community, and we get synergy. It did come out in the inverse. Synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. So yeah, we are doing things in atypical ways right now. We are stepping out of our comfort zone. We're taking actions or leaning in or leaning back in ways that are different than we used to through the material realm, survival templates. We're starting to do things that used to be shunned or shamed or stigmatized in the old energy templates. We're starting to see when those things are appropriate, valid, required, and it's bringing in unity consciousness. It's bringing in more love into community. It's bringing in more permission to put down our guard, to not be so isolated, closed off, fearful of new, of expanded, of growth. What's the biggest challenge at this time? This is our gardening card, our investment, the pause, the waiting. This is when we're waiting for things to ripen on the vine. But it's an investment. We tend to the soil, we fertilize, we bring light to things, we water it with our emotions. This is transparency. This is all good gardening. This is the permaculture of relationships and prism of existence, separation, extension, independence, and identity. So we have the particle and wave theory of light, the separation and the extension, the whole and the individual parts. Right now, we're in a period of looking at the near and far and allowing for this. This is the challenge, is seeing that when we're stretched and apart, we're still connected. When we're connected, we still must remain sovereign. This is the balance and belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source, right? So we have to always be connected to source and trust ourselves. Our gifts and talents are the expression. Those are the things that we use as outlets for the channeled source energy. So when we're connected to source, we can channel through our gifts and talents into the world unadulterated. So this is what we are balancing out in mastery to do, so that no matter what scenario, no matter what walk of life or expression we're currently in, that we remain a pure channel of love through us, through our gifts, our talents, and we can stay in that flow. This is applied in connection to bridge. So even in times of investing and tending, there is this foundational investment that we're putting in right now. That can be that we are currently in spaciousness with each other. But we are also asked to use our gifts and talents to bridge right now, to create the design of the bridge so that we can implement the actions, the wording, the connectivity. We've got to believe in it to achieve it. So don't stop believing, everybody. What is the solution to this challenge of investing with the proper fertilizer, sun, or light, and water? That belief, having the belief that it's that simple. We just need to invest with these backstory ways. What is the solution? subconscious awareness and Akashic information. Don't be deluded by circumstances right now. The Two of Swords is this reminder to go deep within. Pull on your subconscious, pull on your Akash. Don't take no for an answer. See that when things don't flow easily, there is a different full spectrum to pull on that does not adhere to whatever the apparent blockage is. That where there's a will, there's a way. Love can find the way. Prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, heart, mind, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. This came out in the inverse. So, we're meant to come back into an attitude of gratitude when we are in alignment with that prosperous energy. There is no blockage that can stand in our way because we see in the dark, we see around those things. But this is also the true sense of prosperity, that energy of aliveness that allows us to unblock our money story or have our material needs finally stick and be in receptivity of that. And the progress, the prosperity as a way of life, that we're no longer in lack. We're actually bringing in new, abundant, love-based energy in our own lives, in these connections, coming from that solutions inspired angle. What can we see for the direction in the near future? Temple of Celestial Revelations, Angelic Assistance, Truth, Salvation, and Majesty. So there's something that's going to be salvaged. These connections are justified. We are in the process of revelation here, of seeing higher truths in why these connections have been given to us, why we are navigating them, seeing why they are in our favor, what is justified here. We're about to see justice prevail in these connections. There's a lot of higher revelation coming in. Emergence, yeah, so we're coming up to this emerging energy in the connections. Invites us to approach our reality with childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. So this is about the deeply sensitive, creative, beautiful emergence of sensitive expression. The love is here. And the masculines want to move it forward. The feminines want to keep affirming the love is here. It's not for another reason that the feminines are staying with this masculines. So beautiful. Okay. Affirm the love. Speak from that place. Act from that place. Acknowledge from that place. Love from that place. See that side of it. Keep persevering. Keep grounding these things. Keep celebrating these things. There's been some big embodiment of the high priest and high priestess here. This is the most authentic, most genuine bridging, is two energetic masters being able to anchor this profound mastery into the physical as a way of life together in unions. So beautiful. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.